Welcome to the John and Heidi Show podcast.
John and Heidi.
Here's John and Heidi.
Today is a special day, Heidi. Do you know what today is?
What is today, John?
I thought you'd never ask. It's a Monday. Today is May the 25th. It's National Missing Children's Day, which is really sad. It's very sad. It's also National Tap Dance Day, National Brown Baguette Day, National Wine Day. Heidi celebrates that often. National Memorial Day, and it's Towel Day today. A lot of things going on this Monday.
Towel Day.
Yeah, Towel Day. I don't know why that's on Memorial Day, but it is. Memorial Day is a very special day, and that's the one that a lot of folks will be celebrating. Some folks have the day off today. We do not. We are here, and we are glad to be here celebrating Memorial Day with you. And it's a Movie Star Monday. My movie star today is Brett Dier. He's on a TV show called Schooled. Now, I'm a big fan of the Goldbergs. Mm-hmm. That's a TV show based in the 80s. Schooled is based in the 90s. A lot of the same characters. And he's one of the teachers in Schooled. We're going to be chatting with him in just a bit. Many people have dabbled in the stock market for their very first time ever this year. If you're new to the market, but you don't want to learn things the hard way and the expensive way, I encourage you to subscribe to this free newsletter. You can get the inside track with Wall Street's brightest minds delivered directly to your inbox every day at marketbeatminute.com. Subscribe for free. If you change your mind, just unsubscribe. Sign up for free right now at marketbeatminute.com. That's marketbeatminute.com. Now, surveys and studies and such brought to you by BetterCreditCards.com. Not one, but two studies today, Heidi, because the first one says a new study found that drinking too much coffee can be bad for your health. Ooh.
They go back and forth on this
Yeah, they go back and forth
all the time.
How often do they go back and forth? Listen to the next study. A new study found that coffee is linked to lower body fat amongst women and may have an anti-obesity property for men. So, literally, in the same day, one study comes out saying, coffee bad. Another one, coffee good.
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Like, which study do I listen to?
You just do what you want to do. You're going to die of something anyway.
Take a sip of my coffee. You know which one I'm listening to. I've got a link to both studies in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
Some credit cards have really high rates or big annual fees. Usually, people sign up for these when it's all they qualify for. If that sounds like you, it may be time to get a better credit card. Over time, your situation changes, and you may qualify for a better credit card. Your current card hopes you don't think about it, but our site shows you many options to see if there's a better credit card for you. Check it out for free at bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
This is your Brain on Drugs, brought to you by TimeForRehab.com. According to the Star Beacon, a postal worker was charged for allegedly selling crack cocaine out of her mail truck. 52-year-old Darcy Spangler, charged with trafficking drugs and aggravated trafficking in drugs. The Star Beacon reports authorities executed a search warrant at her home Tuesday in the culmination of a month-long investigation. They added, the authorities said she allegedly sold the drugs on her mail route.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, that's...
She's going to be in all kinds of trouble.
Through rain or snow
Yikes.
or sleet. It's a bad idea. Don't do that. That is what happens. I say don't do that too often, don't I?
You say that a lot.
I do, because we read a lot of stories where people do just terrible things. So don't do that. But that is what happens when your brain is on drugs.
John and Heidi.
Now, big screen, little screen, brought to you by ChannelSurferTV.com. Josh Gad is has already released a new quarantine song as Olaf from the movie Frozen. If you want to hear it, I have a link to it. It's in the show notes.
I think I'll skip that one.
Netflix released their trailer last week for the new Jeffrey Epstein documentary. They have not set a release date. They're going to leave us hanging on that one.
Oh, wow.
I probably shouldn't have said that. That was not nice. But in my defense, that was a comment I read directly off Facebook. So that really, don't blame me for that terrible. And one last story here. A New Jersey city cop won $2 million in season 40 of Survivor. The thing that amazes me, 40? We're up to 40 of those things?
There's no way.
Well, they do more than one season per year, apparently. So
They must.
Yeah, so there must be 2 a year because I can see that going on for 20 years. That was
Yeah,
kind of new
20
when we
I could
first started
see.
dating. But yeah, $2 million is what the New Jersey City cop won. So congratulations. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show.
We're here to make it better.
If you find that drug or alcohol problems are hitting you too close to home, you can get help. Maybe it's time for rehab. Your insurance may even cover everything. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. Get help for a drug or alcohol problem within 24 hours.
We're here to make it better.
Get more information at timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Now your scoop of the day comes your way courtesy of InsuranceChicken.com. This is kind of cool. There's now over 100 weather-related satellites orbiting the Earth. So there's 100 different satellites. You'd think that we'd get the weather right more often, but actually, it is amazing to me how accurate the weather is around here every once in a while.
It's not been very accurate at all.
Sometimes. Now, if you've packed on a pound or two during quarantine, you're not alone. A survey found the average American has gained 5 pounds while on lockdown. I think I may be above average. Out of 2,000 people surveyed, most have gained weight due to alcohol and bread.
Yep.
So for me, it's just not getting out as much, not getting activity.
No, it's not. I live with you. Don't you pretend like your
I just-
eating habits have not changed.
Hi, Heidi, I never eat anything I shouldn't eat.
Whatever.
Except
You're
for the
so
other day,
full of it.
I came home with a bag of something that I
You're
went to
so
get.
full of
I went
it.
to get milk, and I came home like, "Hey, Reese's made a snack. Check this out. Look at it, like it's good." What all was in there? It was like pretzels and
Oh
little
my
Reese's
God! All
peanut
sorts
butter
of things you shouldn't have been having.
popcorn. I'm like, it's amazing. What will they think of next? And then as soon as I was done eating it, I was like, I shouldn't have done that. Not that it wasn't good. It's just that I shouldn't have done that. Doctors in China saved the life of a man who swallowed a 3-inch knife to avoid charges of possession of a weapon.
Oh, geez.
So he thought, I'm going to get out of this. I'm going to just swallow the weapon. 3-inch knife. He swallowed it. 8 months ago is when he swallowed it. He thought maybe it would just dissolve in his stomach. Doctors found it.
Dissolve?
Doctors found it stuck in his trachea when he came in with a sore throat. He's like, I don't know what's going on. I got a little scratch in my throat. They're like, oh, yeah, we found a knife. Oh, yeah, I was trying to hide evidence from the cops.
Oh, man.
So I wonder how that's going to go down for him. Probably not good. I'm just, just guessing. And do we have time for this? I think we do. We've got a study over here from RX Bar. I don't know what that is. Apparently, it's like a prescription thing. Find the average person forgets what day it is 5 times a week.
We certainly have.
That's
lately.
like a recent
How many times
thing.
do I say?
Oh, yeah.
What day is this?
I remember last week it was like on Wednesday, and Heidi was thinking it was already the weekend. I'm like, it's like Wednesday. You're like, no, it's not. It's Friday.
All
I'm like,
the time.
It's Wednesday. So we had to go round and round and like look on the computer and see what day is it for reals.
Yeah.
My favorite is when we're both wrong. I'm like, no, it's not. It's 1986. How did that happen? And one last story. We got room for one more here. It's another little study story. A study claims the coronavirus was taken to the Wuhan market by somebody who was already infected. So there's a study that came out saying that everybody's blaming the wet market, and they're going, according to this study, somebody else brought it there. So I don't know. I have no idea. I've got a link to it if you want to read all the details. It's in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
Do you pay too much for insurance? Have you looked around? Or are you too chicken? Don't be afraid to look around to see if you can find a better deal at InsuranceChicken.com. We make it super simple for you to see rates from several different companies, to see what they have to offer, all in one place. Heck out great insurance deals at InsuranceChicken.com. Is it time for you to cross the road? See if we can save you money each month at InsuranceChicken.com. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show. Super excited to visit with Brett Dier, and he's in a program that's a very fun program on ABC TV. It's called Schooled. It's on Wednesday nights. Mr. Dier, how are you, sir?
I'm good. How are you?
I am fantastic. Now, Schooled is from the same people who brought us a program we love, the Goldbergs, and it's kind of a continuation into the 90s. So, like the teacher that you're playing, Mr. Charlie Brown, is that based on a real person?
Yes, it is. It's based off of Adam Goldberg's teacher, and it was favorite teacher, actually. And I met him a couple times. He's a really fun, great guy. And he does wear wacky ties, just like CB does on the show.
So you get to be the teacher that was his favorite teacher. So that's got to be, like, the pressure's got to be on because, you know, you're portraying his favorite teacher ever.
I know. There's some pressure there for sure. But hopefully I'm doing some kind of justice to the real CB because he's such a sweet, fun guy.
And you
really,
said...
Really like that guy. Really good guy.
And you said you had a chance to meet him. What was that like, meeting the guy that you're portraying on TV? Is it kind of weird to meet the real dude?
Yeah, it was definitely weird, but I got to go to the actual school and watch him teach and do his thing there, so that was really, really cool, and was a good insight into the character, so that was cool.
Now, in addition to Schooled, people might know you from some other programs that you've been on as well. Like there's one called Jane the Virgin, and you were on that as well. How different is it to be on this set compared to that set?
Oh, yeah. Jane is a very different kind of vibe. And, well, my character I played on that is more like subtle and subdued, and then Schooled, it's more, I can be more big with everything. So the tone is very different. And a lot more emotional stuff on Jane the Virgin, whereas this one's just more light and fun, I guess, for me. Although I did have fun on Jane the Virgin, but just very different vibes. Jane was tough emotionally sometimes.
And if we go back a little ways here, some of our listeners might remember you from a Canadian series, Bomb Girls, and that goes back, how far was that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was in the 2011 or 12. Yeah, that was a while ago.
And you did such a good job, you actually got a nomination for an award there. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, thanks, man. Yeah, that was really cool. That was a good one, that one. I like that show.
And then there's some fans that like you from Ravenswood as well. And I'm not familiar with this one, but I see a lot of folks talking about that. So Ravenswood, what is that thing?
It was a spin-off of Pretty Little Liars. I just realized I've done 2 spin-offs just now. Well, yeah, that was a spin-off. And that's actually where I met my fiance on that show. We worked together on that show and in New Orleans, and now she's my fiance.
That is fantastic.
Yeah, that was 7 years ago.
Now, I was looking here, a little bit of information about you. It says that you are a vintage Pokemon collector, which is cool. And then it says you're also a mediator, which I'm not sure what that is. And then it says an alien communicator. What in the world? Tell me about that.
Well, the alien communicator might be a slight exaggeration, but basically I'm very into aliens. I love aliens. They're real, I believe it. And yeah, I mean, dude, I love aliens. They're totally real. Come on, we gotta admit it already.
There are so many times.
Admit it already.
There are so many times that I've looked up in the sky and I've seen something just go by and I'm like, was that a shooting star or what the heck was that? So I'm right there with you. You know, when I look up at all those stars up there, I think there's got to be something out there.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the universe seems infinite. Like, did you see that photo that NASA posted of, it's like from the Hubble telescope and you could see all the galaxies? There's like trillions and trillions of planets.
Yeah.
There's got to be life on one of them.
Absolutely. And it's probably smarter than the life we have here.
Yeah, probably more advanced.
There you go. But they most likely don't get schooled. So since you're on the right planet to watch it, it's on ABC TV, Schooled. Our guest today, Brett Dier, is on the program. He's Charlie Brown on that program. Brett, thank you again, sir. I appreciate it a bunch.
Hey, thanks for having me, man. Be safe. Stay safe.
You do the same. Again, Schooled, it's on Wednesdays at 8:30, 7:30 Central on ABC TV. Thanks for listening to The John and Heidi Show. Many people have dabbled in the stock market for their very first time ever this year. If you're new to the market, but you don't want to learn things the hard way and the expensive way, I encourage you to subscribe to this free newsletter. You can get the inside track with Wall Street's brightest minds delivered directly to your inbox every day at marketbeatminute.com. Subscribe for free. If you change your mind, just unsubscribe. Sign up for free right now at marketbeatminute.com. That's marketbeatminute.com. Fun fact for you, Heidi.
What's that, John?
Women are attracted to the scent of Good and Plenty licorice candy and cucumbers. It says perfumes and colognes offer alluring aromas, but it turns out that there's another smell combination that is likely to make a lady happy.
I love Good and Plenty's.
Do you really?
I do. I've got a box of them in the pantry.
Wow. 2005 study by the Smell and Taste Treatment Research Foundation. What the... That's a thing. They found that the most attractive scent for a woman was Good and Plenty licorice candy combined with cucumbers.
Combined with cucumbers?
Yeah.
Oh, boy, I don't know
They
about
say,
that.
by the way, the smell of cherries and barbecue are turnoffs, but banana nut bread also had a positive effect. So, guys, don't
it was also lavender.
Don't make barbecues with cherries in it, but you can certainly make Good and Plenty banana bread with cucumbers. It doesn't sound good, but apparently it'll smell good. This is today's fun fact.
Some credit cards have really high rates or big annual fees. Usually, people sign up for these when it's all they qualify for. If that sounds like you, it may be time to get a better credit card. Over time, your situation changes, and you may qualify for a better credit card. Your current card hopes you don't think about it, but our site shows you many options to see if there's a better credit card for you. Check it out for free at bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Now, a news headline from somewhere in this world, Dateline North Korea. North Korea's state-run media says Kim Jong-un has been working so hard that he doesn't even take time to sleep.
Right. He never sleeps.
So he's working so hard he doesn't even nap. He's up 24/7, 365. The guy's always like the Energizer Bunny. He just keeps going and going and going. So there you go. I've got a link to the story. If you don't believe me, North Korea has state-run media says, so you know it's true. I've got a link to it in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com.
We're here to make it better.
If you find that drug or alcohol problems are hitting you too close to home, you can get help. Maybe it's time for rehab. Your insurance may even cover everything. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. Get help for a drug or alcohol problem within 24 hours.
We're here to make it better.
Get more information at timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Time now for some weird news brought to you by WeirdGiftOfTheDay.com. A Florida man jumped into a fish tank at a Bass Pro Shop on Mother's Day. A video posted to social media shows what happened here. The video shows a man walk up the stairs, dive into the tank at the store, and then run off. A manager followed the man out of the store and saw him leave in a silver sedan. They believe he's 27-year-old Daniel Armendariz, who's still on the loose, could face felony criminal mischief charges as well as trespassing. Happened on May 10th, but was not reported to investigators until May 12th.
Oh, that's weird.
Yeah, Bass Pro Shop spent $3,000 decontaminating the tank. This incident is illegal, dangerous, and highly discouraged. This is, we work with law enforcement to investigate all individuals who personally attempt or are involved with such activities. So,
why would they have not called the police immediately?
Don't know.
That doesn't
That's
make any
part of the reason
sense.
it's my weird news. First of all, who does that?
Right.
And then second of all, why wouldn't they have called the police right away? Especially if
why
they think
sit
they
on
know
it
who
for
it
2
was.
days?
Yeah,
that's
I don't know.
bizarre.
It doesn't make a lot of sense.
Crazy.
It is. Or is it weird? It's today's weird news.
John and Heidi.
Now your moment of duh, brought to you by InsuranceChicken.com. Police in Maryland on the hunt for a tattooed man wanted on multiple warrants, allegedly fled from officers last Tuesday. Says he's a Christopher Michael Stoll. Has devil horns tattooed on his forehead. He's got brass knuckles and a razor blade tattooed on his throat, and many more tattoos visible in his mugshot. Under his left eye, he has what appears to be the letters M-O-R-O, followed by at least one character that's hard to make out in the picture. He has warrants for allegedly violating parole with underlying firearms charges, failure to comply with a court order, and an outstanding traffic-related issue. His rap sheet also includes convictions for robbery, stealing firearms, and allegedly assaulting a deputy in October. He stole guns from his girlfriend's relatives in 2017 and received a 3-year prison sentence with
Yikes.
3 more years of probation. He's also been convicted of unrelated robbery in 2005 and again later for illegal possession of a firearm. So now they're looking for him on a bunch of different warrants.
Just keep him locked up next time.
It's not like he's going to blend in with all this stuff.
M-O-R-O?
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm guessing the last letter was an N.
Moron. That could be. That's potentially what it is. All right, this is today's moment of duh.
Do you pay too much for insurance? Have you looked around? Or are you too chicken? Don't be afraid to look around to see if you can find a better deal at InsuranceChicken.com. We make it super simple for you to see rates from several different companies, to see what they have to offer, all in one place. Peck out great insurance deals at InsuranceChicken.com. Is it time for you to cross the road? See if we can save you money each month at InsuranceChicken.com. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
Time now for fake news or Florida. Heidi, tell me, is this a true story from the great state of Florida? Or is it hashtag fake news made up to trick you and amuse me? Here we go. Fake news or Florida. A Winter Springs, Florida woman named Kitty was arrested for stealing dogs. Fake news or Florida?
I'm going to say Florida.
Dang it, you're good at this. Yeah, it's a true story. How did you know that? Have you been scouring the news?
I do not. Yes, I have.
Looking for things?
I have been looking.
She tries to read every single story in the state of Florida to make sure that she knows. And she doesn't let one slip by. How long has it been since you've been wrong?
Oh, I'm wrong quite often.
No, you're right most of the time. So often that people think you're cheating. I get emails all the time.
Oh, you do?
Oh, I do.
There's a lot of outrage over this
people,
segment.
They're furious. They're like, what is she winning anyway? I'm like, well, she doesn't win anything. So,
yeah.
All right. Today's fake news or Florida.
John and Heidi.
This portion of the John and Heidi Show is brought to you by the John and Heidi Show. That sounds kind of funny, but it's true. Go to your local radio station and ask them to start carrying the John and Heidi Show. Here's the best part. They can carry the show for free. They play a couple commercials, but it doesn't cost them anything every month. So if you know a radio station that could use a little bit of help, send them our way. Send them to johnandheidishow.com. Again, johnandheidishow.com. We would love to do a radio program in your community. Then you could listen to the podcast and listen to us on the radio.
John and Heidi.
We always like to wrap things up around here with good news, and I think this is good news. It comes your way courtesy of hashtag Gift Card Challenge. You can find all the details at giftcardchallenge.org. Here's a cool story. A 10-year-old sending thousands of art kits to kids in homeless shelters and foster care during the pandemic. How cool is that?
Aww.
10-year-old girl, Danbury, Connecticut, sending little kits that she put together to children in homeless shelters and foster care to lift their spirits during lockdown. Through her charity, Chelsea Ferry, Phaire. Do you think that's how you'd say that?
Sure, probably.
She sent more than 1,500 of these kits. They include markers and crayons, paper, coloring books, colored pencils. Sent these out to homeless shelters and foster care homes to give them something to do while they're feeling down. Her parents helped her launch Chelsea's charity on her birthday last year, August of 2019, when she asked for party guests to donate art supplies instead of giving her a birthday gift. Oh, how cool is that?
That's really sweet.
Since she was 7, she has been begging me, her mother said, begging me and her dad to start a charity. She's so persistent. Every couple months, she would ask, are we going to start Chelsea's charity yet? When she was turning 10, she said it again, and we decided, you know what, let's just let her do this. So upon her birthday, she had already raised enough donations to send out her first 40 art kits to a homeless shelter in New York. Before the pandemic, she had traveled with her mother around the country to meet kids in person and taught them some of her favorite drawing techniques. Now she's unable to physically interact with kids, but she's still able to put together the kits and send them out.
Sweetheart.
Over 1,500 now in 12 different states. So very, very cool story. I've got a link to that, by the way. It's in the show notes for today at johnandheidishow.com. And here's the thing I got to say. This is a 10-year-old kid. If a 10-year-old kid can make this kind of decision and make a huge impact, we can all do that too. Mm-hmm. I'm just saying, there's no reason we can't make a decision to do something today that's going to make just a positive impact in someone's life. I double dog dare you, because you're going to do it. Here's what's going to happen. You're going to make a positive impact in their life. It's going to feel good for you as well. And you're going to go, wow, I got to do more of that. It's just a really cool thing. And then maybe we'll be reading about you in our good news soon. Time to say goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, Heidi.
Goodbye, everybody. Have a great day. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show on a Monday.